Hi there, Sanjeev here to kick off Challenge 1 for World Robotics League. Challenge 1 this year has been designed to understand the limitations of your robot hardware. Many kids, and actually for that matter, many parents have this incorrect assumption that a robot is a precise machine that will faithfully and consistently perform any actions that they ask it to do. Well, this myth gets dispelled fairly easily when the robot does not perform as expected. There are many reasons for such discrepancies between the expectation and reality, and I can list some of the main reasons, which are the number one reason that's present is not aligning and starting the robot at exactly the same location every single time. The second one is having a misconception that the robot is going to behave perfectly run after run. You have to understand that all machines have some uncertainty and tolerances in the mechanical components. With Lego components, this problem becomes exacerbated. You can try and minimize this with sound mechanical and programming practices, although to be truthful, it's usually not possible to completely eliminate them. Then the other one is different kind of tires behave differently. For that matter, even different pairs of similar looking tires might perform differently. An unbalanced robot with poorly distributed weight or too high of a center of gravity might not go as straight as you believe it should. Now, coming back to the topic, challenge one is inspired from car race tracks. The cars in a racetrack have to go straight and turn corners at high speeds while still remaining within the track. Veering off the track means your car may actually get turned around, spin completely out of control, flip over, or in the very best case, you will slow down and get left behind. In this challenge, as the robot driver, you have to ensure that your robot can negotiate the complexities of the track without losing its position. To get details on the challenge, refer to Challenge 1 posted on the World Robotics League website, worldroboticsleague.com/news. So with that now, let's talk about the racetrack itself. So there are walls around our racetrack. Unlike our previous challenges, where the walls were usually made out of rigid wood that the robot could come and bump into without damaging them, this time around there's a twist. The wall is actually made of cardboard. What this means in real terms is that you cannot hit the wall with much force without it getting damaged. And that is not acceptable according to the rules. Now you have to think about that when you're working on your solution. Now let's talk about how to create a wall using cardboard so that it will stay vertical. To do this, we are going to showcase how to build a 6-inch high wall and its supporting structure using cardboard. Okay, so the first thing is that you're going to need is a cutting board, of course, and then you're going to need some cardboard. Essentially, I took this from a piece of cardboard that I had lying around. You can use whatever you want, or you can go to a grocery store and sometimes they have these really large sheets, the flat sheets, not boxes, that you can use. Those work pretty great. I picked mine from Costco. Anyway, so you take a piece of cardboard and you just essentially cut it into 6 inches. So this forms your wall, and now your wall will actually look like this when it's placed on the track. And given that the track is all curvy, you will have to essentially bend these things a little bit. Like this is made out of a milk carton, but let's see. So let's say you take this one, and you may have to do this little bit. Bend it, bend it, bend it, bend it, bend it, so that this can actually follow along a track. Right? I mean, at this point of time, it's reasonable enough. Understand that this is the idea here is this one has to be good enough so that it roughly, or I should say, reasonably enough follows the track. It doesn't need to be very, very precise because you're not supposed to hit the track anyways. Now the track, if you try to make this thing stand, let me remove this to have a better contrast over here. Okay, so this is not going to stand by itself, and you can try taping it, but it's likely going to fall off. So to make this thing actually stand, we are going to create a little support structure for it. So a support structure for that one will actually start with a cardboard piece like this. Essentially, you can even take your 6-inch piece of cardboard and cut it right over here using a cutting knife. I already have pre-cut mine, and what I have is a triangle. And once you have a triangle, what you end up doing is you convert the triangle into something like this. Okay, observe over here. What I did was that I have taken the top of this triangle off and made it a little bit flatter over here and a little bit flatter over here. So essentially now the triangle actually is right only this much, right? There's a bit of a rectangle over here and there's a bit of rectangle over here. So what I ended up doing is I take this thing, and this is right where the triangle finishes. I extended this portion, like I did a cut over here, right? So essentially this is how it looks like, right? I mean, if we start folding these things, uh, like you have a triangle and you have these two sides over here, right? That makes it a nice rigid triangular structure. So at this point of time, you can take this, take a stapler and staple it over here. So one more time, like observe how all we did was in the rectangular portion, we just made one single cut over here. So this thing actually can be folded upon itself. You can staple it over here, and this will become a rigid structure that can be used to provide support to your cardboard wall. And now you're going to need some double-sided tape. You can buy it from any grocery store, or I should say any convenience store probably, or even from Amazon. They are fairly inexpensive. You purchase some of these, and one side put a double-sided tape over here on this side, and this will go on the ground, and the second side of the will go on your wall. So let's say this is your wall over here. This actually will stick right over here, and as you can see, this will actually hold your cardboard wall fairly reasonably well. If you put a few of these, your entire track can actually stay pretty easily. The whole purpose of this is anyway just to provide support so that the wall doesn't flop over. You do not really need to make it super sturdy. That being said, this is actually fairly sturdy. I mean, as you can observe here. With that, I guess I have explained to you how the challenge is supposed to be, some of the common mistakes that folks make, and also how to construct the challenge on a board. So with that, I guess I'll see you at the competition. Good luck and do well.